I have finally hit max rank 20 in this new Naturalist role. It did not take too long, it took me just over 1 day and we did it live on stream, which was pretty good. So if you do want to see any Red Dead Online content from me, as well as potentially some other games in the future once this update gets a bit boring, then head over to Twitch. There is a link in the description down below. Head over there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. But getting back into this video, we are here just outside Harriet's tent, and I just want to show you and go through some of the unlocks that you can get that are actually worth it. So as you can see, there is a max rank there. See, I'm not lying. Rank 20, it is looking pretty good, and all of them together at 20, it does feel pretty nice. But going through all of this, the unlocks, there's some really good stuff that you can get just by ranking up. This is once you achieve a level, this is what you'll get. So obviously unlock tokens are going to unlock everything down here, but some of the good stuff is once you get to places like this. In fact, let's go, actually no, we were at the beginning. So things like this, like the legendary eagle eye, being able to distinguish between legendary animal trails as well as just normal trails. It is a pretty handy thing. Once you get it, it just makes life so much easier. There's also stuff in here like the different animal focus that narrows the search when looking for legendary animals. Anything to do with legendary animals is absolutely amazing, as they give out very good money, very good XP. If you're going to be either taking those legendary animals to the trapper to get specific items of clothing, they still give out very good money. The downside is that you do still need to spend quite a lot of money to get those outfits for Gus to actually make them. If you're going to be selling this to Harriet, you just need the sample and you get some good money yet again. There's also some other stuff where you can increase the chances of spotting legendary animals. This is not the missions, but this is in free roam. If you're trying to look for legendary animals in free roam, it is incredibly hard to get them to spawn in. It is absolutely ridiculous what you have to do to get them to spawn in, and the amount of time that it takes is mad. So getting this just to increase the chances, even though I've had this and still I've struggled to get legendary animals to spawn in, it just makes me feel a bit better. The fact that I've got this rank, I've unlocked this, and there's a higher chance. But yeah, do not try and get legendary animals in free roam, but if you do have this and you do pass through them and all of a sudden a legendary animal pops up, it is worth it. So there's some really good stuff in here, but we are looking at some of these unlocks. These require unlock tokens to unlock them, and then you need to either spend money or gold to buy them. So early on, what we have here is a Sedative Rifle cartridge pamphlet. This is worth it. The reason for it costs $585. Kind of expensive, you could say that, but you're going to be using a lot of ammo. The other way that you can get this ammo is by going to Harriet and actually paying for it. And in the long run, if you're going to be going for this role, you're going to be using these sedatives to knock out the enemies, to knock out the animals so that you can get a sample. This is the only way. These are very, very valuable. So definitely go and get this. It is definitely worth it. The next thing down here, Animal Reviver. Weird one. Because it is worth it at this stage. If you've just got rank 5, it is 100% worth it. The reason for this, if you want to buy Animal Reviver, it costs $5. And I've seen some people say that it's not worth getting. Reason for that is because it only makes you honorable. It only gives you honor. $5 for some honorable attributes is not worth it. But it does also give you some XP. Specifically, it gives you 13 XP. Doesn't sound like that much, but at this stage, it is incredibly hard to progress through this role. If you're even lower than this and you haven't even unlocked or in a position to unlock the Animal Reviver, probably best bet is to actually buy it. If you buy it, revive animals, you get 13 XP. You do that 10 times, you get 130 XP. You do that 100 times, you get 1,300 XP. This is helping you to progress. But with the Animal Reviver as well, so at this stage, it is 100% worth it in my opinion. I've used it many, many times. But once I got to rank 20, I never used it again. Reason for that, Once I'm rank 20, I do not need XP. I'm also max honor. I didn't really care about my honor in the first place, so I'm not bothered if it's honorable or dishonorable. But I never need any more XP until Rockstar bring out an update which requires another 20 rank. But that's not happening anytime soon. So this is worth it if you are trying to get as much XP as possible and trying to rank up as quickly as possible. As said, with these up here trying to rank up, it makes things better. If you're definitely searching for legendary animals in free roam and that's what you want to do, your best bet is to rank up to around about 15, maybe even 20, where you're getting the best chances of finding a legendary animal. To get there up there quickly, it makes sense to use an animal reviver, but it's not worth it after you get to rank 20. The next item that is definitely worth it, and this isn't an item that is only worth it for some time, between ranks 1 going up to rank 20, this is something that I've used quite a bit, and this is the wilderness camp. You can just be in a location and you can just call your camp to the closest district, but this just is a bit closer, and if you are going to just be crafting, it just makes life a lot easier. So when I was on my journey going from rank 1 going all the way up to rank 20, I did use animal revivers, and I used the pamphlet to craft them. It requires a horse reviver and also some ginseng. But I did not want to go all the way back to my camp because I was in a location that I was happy with and I'm getting animals spawned in. So I called this in, it spawns in very similar to what it spawns into in story. Your screen fades to black, you then set up in a specific location around where you originally was, and then you can craft with this fire. $750, kinda expensive, but I will be using this a lot. I've used it a lot already, and I'm gonna carry on using it just because it makes life so much easier. So for me, this is definitely one that's worth it. And then there's also some other revivers in here. Blend-in Tonic Pamphlet, I've never used. This, for me, is not worth it. This allows you to get so much closer to animals so you can take photos. But if you're off your horse anyway, you can get relatively close to taking pictures of animals. If you have the advanced camera, which only costs $15 more than this pamphlet, you can zoom in and it's a pretty decent zoom. So for me, I never ever use this pamphlet. We then have another pamphlet here, which is the Legendary Animals Pheromones pamphlet. This is another one. I used the pheromones quite a bit as a test, but now that I know how to use them, it 100% is not worth it. $900 as well. Do not do it. Originally, I thought this was an upgrade where I can actually force legendary animals to spawn in a free roam lobby. I thought if I went to the exact location that it shows on the legendary animal map and then dropped one of these pheromones and walked away, it will attract the animal. Here's the thing, it does attract animals, but that animal already needs to be spawned in for you to attract it. And if it is already spawned in, there will be a question mark on your minimap and you can see it in your minimap. You still need to wait for the animal to spawn in, and if you go to these locations and drop pheromones and there isn't a legendary animal already there, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. So this is absolutely pointless, not what I thought it was at first. I spent thousands on these legendary animal pheromones just trying to get animals to spawn in originally, just trying to test it. And once I did finally get to rank 10, I did buy it, but I just never actually crafted any. The animal reviver is so much better than this, even though I'm only using it between rank 1 to rank 20 and never again. This I never used. And then finally, the last upgrade that is worth it for this role is if you go and get the rank 20 horse. You do not want to get the rank 15 one, which is here, and you do not want to get the one that you unlock when getting straight into this role. Yes, this costs $150, it's cheaper, and yes, this next one is a bit more expensive, costing $550, but this one is $950, and the reason for it is because it has the best stats. This horse right now I'm actually using, I think I'm level 3 bonding, but it is a pretty decent horse. Once I get to level 4 bonding with the Nakadosha saddle and some hooded stirrups, this horse is going to be very good. When riding, it feels very similar to the Norfolk Roadster, and the Norfolk Roadster has been my most used horse out of any of the other role horses. So this is a horse that I definitely see myself using quite a bit. And on top of that, it's actually a very good looking horse. You see it in the picture, I've got the one from the far right, which is this one, but you see it from this side. Once you go to the other side, it's actually got a nice little brown patch that you can see just over the eye. It looks really, really good. But anyway guys, that is the upgrades that I would recommend when going through this role. The rest of the stuff is cosmetics and it's entirely up to you whether or not you buy. But just to go over, the stuff that you want to look out for is the Sedative Varmint Rifle cartridge pamphlet. You don't want the Animal Reviver pamphlet, the Wilderness Camp, and then finally the rank 20 Gypsy Cob. Everything else out of this, the other pamphlets aren't really worth it, as well as I just said, the cosmetics is entirely up to you, whether or not you like them and you want to go and buy them. But anyway, if you do want to see any more content from me, I am streaming over on Twitch. So far I've been going every day this week and probably will carry on doing so until I get bored with this, but I don't think I'm going to get bored anytime soon. So there is a link in the description, head over to there, drop a follow and you'll be notified the next time I go live. Also, if you have any other questions that you want to know about urgently, you can drop them in the comment section, or you can also go over to Discord where there's a community of us now, ask the question there and someone will definitely get back to you. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.